What a week, huh?
Liv, it's Wednesday.
Hello and welcome to the Lemon It's Wednesday podcast, where we're watching and discussing every episode of 30 Rock. I'm Liv Olcott. I've never seen 30 Rock before.
And I'm Jack Dalton, and I've seen every single episode of 30 Rock. But this week, we're talking about Season 2, Episode 8, Secrets and Lies. But before we go to there, how about you give us a follow on social media? You can find us on Instagram or on YouTube at Lemon It's Wednesday Podcast, and you can email us at lemonitswednesdaypodcast@gmail.com.
Now, for this week's episode, Secrets and Lies was written by Ron Weiner, directed by Michael Engler, and aired on December 6th, 2007. And there were 90 jokes in this episode.
That there were. According to IMDb, this is the episode where Jack and Cece are going to enormous lengths to keep their affair a secret. Jenna decides to act as crazy and demanding as Tracy in order to get the attention she thinks she deserves. Okay, I'd say I think she does deserve, not she thinks she
attention
deserves.
she
Anyway.
deserves, but whatever.
Yes. This means Liz has no time at all to concentrate on Frank and Toofer, who have taken on each other's identities. Kind of really funny way to summarize that plotline, because it does sound like there was like an alien invasion if they've swapped bodies.
Yeah, they got Freaky Friday.
They got Freaky Friday.
But maybe the most accurate IMDb description we'd had.
Yeah, it's 3 complete sentences, which the bar is through the floor.
Unheard of, actually.
It touches upon every single plot line. What a world. This is a big day.
Okay.
A big day for IMDb. Now, before we go into the episode beat by beat, we must first make our offering to the patron saint of comedy, Tina Fey, by observing the rule of threes.
Is this a rule of threes call?
Now, each week, as you know, I will be sharing 3 fun facts about the episode we're discussing. So, number 1, as I mentioned last week, the writer's strike was happening concurrently with the release of Season 2, specifically starting with last week's episode. So while this episode came out, the writer's strike was actively in place, and this was the last batch of episodes that was produced before the writer's strike began. This episode, in particular, though, was actually performed live on stage at the Upright Citizen Brigade Theater as part of solidarity and support with the writer's strike of America. So it was called 30 Rock on Strike and was performed at the Upright Citizen Brigade Theater. Liv, are you familiar with the Upright Citizen Brigade?
Yes, it's ringing bells, but there are a lot of theaters in New York.
Yes. Well, so it's UCB is not in itself. I could be wrong about this. I don't associate it as a theater in and of itself. It's in fact a improv group that was founded by Amy Poehler. So much like Second City in Chicago, UCB was kind of the haven that Amy Poehler created in New York.
Isn't there?
It's in Chicago. Well, it's actually kind of yeah, you're right. It's all over the place, but was founded in 1990.
Yeah.
And the original group consisted of Amy Poehler, Matthew Walsh, Matt Besser, Ian Roberts, Adam McKay, Horatio Sands, and Drew Franklin.
Good group.
So yeah, very cool. They put this on, they performed this as a staged episode for UCB as part of the writer's strike.
Cool.
To number 2. You may have already been familiar with this or aware of this fact, Liv, because we have in this episode the origin of the meme. We have, in fact, the scene of Jenna holding up the trophy, saying that she was awarded Best Actress in a movie based on a musical based on a movie.
Yes.
What does that describe that ended up happening down the line in another Tina Fey property? Oh, it describes Mean Girls. Mean Girls, which was a movie, then became a musical, and then became a movie.
Movie musical. Yep.
The origin of the meme.
Fun fact, Mean Girls, the musical movie, is the reason that I have AMC A-list.
You're kidding me. Really?
Yeah. I was so mad that I had to spend $20 for that ticket when that's the cost of A-list because I
no! Yeah, I think I watched it on a plane and that was perfect. To be clear, listeners, the first Mean Girls is like untouchable, like work of art.
And I love the Mean Girls musical. Genuinely adore it. I just don't love how the musical was translated into the movie. They changed a lot of tempos of songs, which just sort of like it lost the kind of kitschy, fun Broadway magic for me.
Mm.
And Renee Rapp was phenomenal. Literally none of this is about Renee Rapp. I was just like, I can't believe I had to spend $20 for just this one ticket when I could spend $20 and see at that time 12 movies a month. Now it's 16. And now I have
Yeah.
A-list. And I'll go see literally anything because I already spent that money, so it's free.
That's totally fair. I've been debating getting it myself just as a motivator to get to the theaters. Like, that's my
You
thing, is there's so many movies I want to see
should.
and then I just don't go. And I feel like
Yeah.
if it's like the gym, like if I have a membership, that means that I am being an
Then you are
idiot if
willing
I'm
to
not taking
go.
advantage of it. Exactly. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
this
you're losing money.
episode this episode was not sponsored by AMC A-List, but it
But
could
frankly,
be if AMC
it
wanted it
should
to.
be. AMC should pay me. I talk about AMC A-List genuinely every day of my life. I am
I can attest
always
to
on the
this being
campaign
true.
trail. It is such a good deal, and I think more people should have it. And AMC, if you're listening, yes, I will be your sponsor.
And to quote Liz Lemon, can we get our money now?
Yeah.
And number 3, a familiar political face, James Carville, appears in this episode in quite an insane fashion. And I figured we might all benefit because James Carville was very prominent, especially during the aughts, that maybe for our younger listeners or viewers, or really anyone who just needs a refresher, who the hell is
Yeah.
James Carville? So let's talk about him. James Carville, he was born actually Chester James Carville Jr.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He was nicknamed the Ragin' Cajun, as this
Yep.
episode keeps referring to Cajun style.
Mm-hmm.
And James was an American political consultant. He was an author. He was a TV pundit, specifically for the Democratic Party. He was oftentimes known for strategizing to get Democratic candidates into public office. And outside of the US, he also assisted with international politicians in at least 23 countries. So he's an incredibly accomplished man. And the first function he serves in this episode, before moving on to other plot lines, is as a sounding board for Jack, who is mired in a relationship dynamic that essentially mirrors James Carville's and his wife, Mary Madeline, as they talk about in this episode. As they also allude to, James is a Democrat. Mary Madeline was a Republican and later turned libertarian. So the episode here is always talking about, how can a Democrat and a Republican be in a relationship together. And a little bit about the two of them. So they have 2 daughters. In 2008, they relocated to New Orleans. And in 2014, they released a joint memoir entitled Love and War, 20 years, 3 presidents, 2 daughters, and 1 Louisiana home, which, let me say, number 1 is just an incredibly dramatic title, starting with Love and War. And number 2 really slots in well with the insanely long titles that 30 Rock has been putting out there for its fictional media.
Yeah, it's a Lifetime movie. I forgot that they wrote that book together. Honestly, I hadn't thought about James Carville and Mary Madeline in a long time, and he popped up, and genuinely it was a shock to my system. I was not who I was expecting to be in that elevator at all.
Yeah, no, not at all. And I also can't tell you why, but while I was writing my notes for this episode, I kept referring to him as Tim Carville.
Who's that?
I don't know. And I don't think we'll ever find out.
Okay.
Anyway, Liv.
Jack.
Have you finished taking your nap? Andy Dick is calling.
Bitch, you in here?
Let's get to the episode.
I want to go to there.
We've got another great cold open. We start looking through a jar doorway of Jack and Cece canoodling in the most insane way in his office. They're standing front to back, Cece standing in front of Jack while he just sort of like caresses her sides.
Yeah. He's like also like rubbing her belly through the shirt. It's a very...
It's so weird.
It like partly like there's something very sweet about a a hug like from behind, where you like kind of bear hug your significant other in that way. That can be sweet. That's not what they're
Sure.
doing. That's,
No, it's
they're
different.
hugging and they're caressing and they're like kind of like swaying together. And I'm far be it from me to judge a couple in love. And to be fair, no one is in the room with them at the current
Yeah.
moment. But not my style. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum. I am here to say, workplace.
That's fair. That's fair.
Me and Liz Lemon. Because, you know, they think that they're safe. It's too early for the creative types. Jonathan has been sent to an Italian bakery that doesn't exist in Queens. They should
Poor
be
Jonathan.
safe. Except Liz gave up caffeine. Bad idea. So she's been going to bed at 5:30. And she walks right on in on them.
Yes, she does.
Yeah. And I have to say, they kind of poorly cover themselves by saying that Cece is just a business associate. I just feel like Liz would know who Cece is.
Yeah. We do hear later that she knows her by name, but she doesn't know what she looks like.
She performatively watches the news.
Yeah, and I also feel, I don't know. I feel like if you know someone well enough to know their name, you would also know what they look like. But
you know their
I guess
face.
that could not always be true.
Especially if they're like actively trying to sue your parent company.
Yeah.
But whatever. She
Curious.
doesn't know who she is. They have this very awkward interaction. Liz tries to get out of there as fast as possible, which I also think is kind of part of it. She is not really looking at Cece's face. She's just
That's
very
fair. She's
flummoxed.
so startled.
Yeah, and wants to be out of that situation literally as fast as possible. But Jack knows that this is not something that's going to go away. So coming into Act 1, this plot really does continue. He's just hulking in her office as she comes in. And we get this was another exchange that I did know about this quote before starting 30 Rock, because I do think it is kind of one of the more iconic level interactions throughout the entire show of Jack saying, "We are lovers," and Liz going, "Ooh, that word bums me out," unless it's between the words meat and pizza.
Yeah, that's an oft quoted or memed one. It's an all-timer.
And also, she's so right. Lovers is that's a weird word.
It's like what we talked about in season 1. The phrase "make love" is just like, oh god,
don't like it.
Very
I
upsetting.
don't like it.
Just say they fucked. Like,
yeah, just say they had sex. You don't even need to like curse or whatever. If you want like a PG way to say it.
Mm-hmm. No.
Like, you couldn't just say we're together. That would
no.
Okay.
We are lovers.
Well, yeah. Oh, never do that again. Now, before I kind of talk about the rest of this scene, has the TGS, the girly show sign in Liz's office, always been there and always been that huge?
So,
did you notice this?
You know what? It's weird that you say this, because I know that as like just a standard part of Liz's office, but I mean that's because it's there for the vast majority of the series. So it is always that large. But I don't think I pinged that it's appearing for the first time in this episode. Maybe it's not, but the fact that you're asking me makes me think that it is.
I just feel like I've never seen it before.
It occurred to me, like I noticed it, like in a shot of Jack sitting on the couch. I was like, oh, there's the sign. And it got me thinking about things that happened to the sign down the road. And the fact that it pinged for both of us makes me wonder if maybe
makes me think it maybe is the first time.
It is the first time.
To be fair, we don't normally see that wall of her office. I feel like we're normally looking at like behind her desk or the doorway.
Yeah, but I feel like anytime anyone comes into her office to talk to her, if they're standing opposite her, you would see that back wall.
It's huge. It's there. It's staying.
Yeah, it is.
You know? And just, you know who else is staying around? Cece. Jack is really serious about her. You know, he wants her to meet his friends. Like, even in spite of kind of everything that's keeping them apart, they are really, really connecting here. So they're going to throw a dinner party. Jack wants Liz to come, which is very nice. He says, be discreet, try not to dress like a small town lesbian.
Important note.
Which, like, A? And then Walking out of the office, again, smooth as always, Donaghy trying to cover the conversation that they were having. He yells to the entire writing staff, good luck with that alopecia problem, while, like, gesturing at his crotch.
Yeah. Yeah, he is
Smooth,
never
dude.
one to really help a sister out. Like,
I just feel like he could have walked out of that office and not said anything. They're coworkers. It's
didn't
normal
need
for them to
cover.
have a meeting.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
But I think as we've learned, Jack is just not good at being sneaky in any
No,
way.
that's very true.
He overcompensates often.
Yeah. At the dinner party, Liz looks so nice, first of all. She's
does.
not just like a small town lesbian. She looks beautiful.
No.
She's wearing a beautiful dress, a beautiful coat. Her hair is up.
Mhm.
It is not what I would constitute as a dinner party. It was maybe a double date.
Yeah.
Because the guest list is Liz and Kenneth.
I think my favorite thing about this is that they employed someone for coat check for 2 guests.
Yes, of course. Well, they're classy, Jack.
Yeah. Sure, yes.
I
yes.
think that woman works there full time to take Jack's coats. I think he has coat check just in his closet.
That's not an unreasonable assumption.
Yeah, he's Emily Gilmore, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a longer invite list, but they had to eliminate anyone with any connections, anyone who could, like, actually spill this relationship. So that pretty much got rid of everyone except for Liz. And so they invited Kenneth, so Liz has someone to talk to.
I forgot the fact that Kenneth actually wasn't even, like, an invitee. He was just Liz's +1.
Oh
It's so much funnier.
It's so good. And he whips out a little notepad where he has written, one could only assume, a multitude of questions. We only hear 2.
Yeah, I wanted more.
One I will ask you to tell me on air, one I'll ask you to tell me off. Tell me a painful story about your teenage years. Well,
That's the one you're asking me now?
no, that would be crazy. No, but that's what Kenneth asked Liz. And then he also asked, what's your favorite pizza topping? Which that I will ask you on air. I know it's very personal, but what's your favorite pizza topping?
It's just pepperoni. It's classic. I just love a good pepperoni pizza.
And I stand with Kenneth here. My favorite pizza is plain. And this is, I think, also maybe a New Jersey thing. Do you, do you order plain pizza?
I mean, if there's a large group and that's the crowd pleaser, yeah, of course. I think for myself, I never do. But yeah, if it's like a group event, I feel like it's always good to have a cheese pizza just so it's...
Okay, but when you order it, do you say, can I get a plain pizza or can I get a cheese pizza?
Oh, I would say cheese.
Yeah. That's, I think, a very New Jersey, New York thing. With, like, when I moved up to Boston and I went to, I don't even, like, some pizza place, I couldn't remember what now, and I asked for, like, a piece of plain, and they were like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's become kind of more
I would think that would be
known.
intuitive, but yeah.
One would think so as well, but yeah, it's like, no, I've never ordered a cheese pizza in my life. I've ordered a plain pizza.
Interesting.
Because to me, cheese is not a topping.
That's fair. Can I also point out, I love the way that Jack McBrayer, for the second question, that can you tell me a painful story about your teenage years?
God.
First of all, I mean, the way he tries to, like, settle in by leaning his hand on his arm and he just, like, stumbles his elbow off the table. That's very funny. But the thing that always gets me is how he immediately adjusts his inflection to be more serious and sensitive, where he goes like, Liz. Which I also think is this the first and perhaps only time that he calls Liz Liz? I think it's always Miss Lemon.
That was genuinely kind of jarring for me. I was like, who are you? What?
He was trying a bunch of things in this interaction, and you know what? Good for him.
Yeah, and some of them worked. Some of them did it.
Liz.
Yeah, after one can only assume a fairly awkward evening for Liz, Cece comes by to talk to her. You know, she wants to make sure that she had fun last night. They played Celebrity. Cece and Jack were an amazing team. Kenneth and Liz, not so much. Liz makes my list yet again because apparently she slapped Kenneth.
Yes, at least it's off screen.
I do have to be fair. I would also be frankly furious with him if I was his celebrity partner and he was giving the hints that he was giving of, this is not a person who worked in television. Not how you play Celebrity.
No.
Yeah, that would make me mad. But the real reason that she's here in Liz's office is to ask for her advice because she can't really talk to anybody else, which makes complete sense. They are, as IMDb says, taking really enormous lengths to hide their relationship. She shows up dressed up as a plumber to Jack's apartment. And Cece knows this isn't sustainable. If they're going to stay together, somebody has to bend. Somebody has to give something up. And she just sort of wants someone to talk to about this. And Liz, I think, is a good friend to Cece here. Jack's great. He's crazy about you. There's definitely cause to continue this relationship. But, have you ever compromised for a man before? Have you ever... Is that something that you really want to do to set this up to be a successful relationship? It's good advice.
Right, yeah.
Jack's not going to see it that way, but it is.
Yeah, I think you're right. Exactly.
Yeah. And Cece does take the first step here. She goes to talk to Jack. She convinced the Orange kids to settle. $5 million each.
Good for them.
Yeah, that's NBA sexual assault money. That's a good amount of money. And, she says, I made the problem go away. I took this first step. Now we can go public. Jack is less interested in meeting her halfway. He's still up for this big promotion. He is maybe a little bit more realistic. Yes, this one issue went away, but we're still, ideologically very, very different. Not only between, the two of them, but also, all the people that Jack values their opinion is very, very different.
Yeah.
They fight. Rightly
They
so. I think they're both coming from kind of an understandable place here. Cece says the little orange children deserve their day in court. Jack says they got $5 million.
Orange.
Yeah. And then she drops the line, I should never listen to a woman who tapes her bra together. And Jack knows that could only be one woman. Lemon.
Lemon.
Cece realizes we're not going to get anywhere in this conversation. She dons her disguise and leaves via the freight elevator. And everyone does just look so good in a Shineheart wig.
They do. It's absolutely true. And on that note, Liv, I have to say...
I hate being on this side. I do not like this.
Liv texted me before we recorded and said, I'm having a really hard time coming up with a fuck, marry, kill for this episode. And inspiration struck me immediately, and I knew exactly what we had to do. So, Liv, fuck, marry, kill. Lakeisha Gutierrez Arafat, Mr. Spoonatelli, the plumber here to fix a washing machine, wearing a jumpsuit, hat, and mustache, or in a Shineheart brunette wig with giant shades. Which of Cece's alter egos?
Such a good one. Damn it. Okay. Well, I'm marrying Mr. Spartelli. I don't remember if that's his exact name, the plumber, because...
Yes, Mr. Yep.
Yeah. Handyman, hello?
Yeah, good one to have around.
Yeah, of course. I think everyone looks good in a Shineheart wig. I'm fucking the Cece in the Shineheart wig.
Did you almost just say I'm fucking the wig?
Hey, what me and the wig get up to, that's behind closed doors. Not even totally ajar, closed.
Yes.
And then I guess that means I'm killing Lakeisha. Sorry, Lakeisha.
Which is so funny because Lakeisha is literally just Cece, just standing there.
Everyone looks so good in a Shineheart wig. What can I say?
That's true. It really puts you over the top.
Well, okay, listeners, I'm going to make sure I have a fuck, marry, kill next week. I don't like being on this side. This sucks.
Welcome to my hell. Thank you.
No, I'd like to leave now. At least no matter what, I get to marry Edie Falco.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know who's not going to be okay? Frank-Toofer.
Our boys.
And can I just say how happy I am to have a Toofer plot? All season long, I've just been like, where is he? I miss him. Genuinely, I adore him. And I just, anytime you get Toofer and Frank in the room together, they they're just so fun and funny to me.
Mhm.
I love an odd couple mix. So I'm so happy that they get like a full plot line in this episode, and I'm so happy that it's so stupid.
It's so stupid. It always is, and it's great.
Yeah. And I do feel like you and I are uniquely qualified to discuss this situation, seeing as we do live in Boston. But Frank walks into the writer's room wearing a Harvard sweatshirt.
I thought you were going to say we're uniquely qualified because we too are stupid and dumb. Which, yeah,
Oh, no, I didn't feel like that one needed to be said. We all just kind of knew that.
fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, Frank went up to Cambridge over the weekend. He did stand up there. He got a sweatshirt. He had the Harvard experience. Toofer, I'm sure he's going to be so normal about this.
Of course.
He's not immediately. He's like, you did
Oh.
not graduate from there. You are not a Harvard man, and you do not want to make a Harvard man angry.
It's also the pretentiousness of the grammatically correct phrasing of you were not graduated. You were not graduated from that institution.
Stupid.
Not you didn't graduate from there. It's you were not graduated. Like,
Mm-mm.
oh, fuck off.
It's so Harvard. It's so close to my everyday life.
Mhm.
Everyone thinks that this is hilarious, of course, except for Toofer. Frank decides Harvard sweatshirt, not enough. Let's take this up a notch. He comes in wearing just the most insane outfit. We'll be talking about his other hats, of course, during our classic Frank Tucker hat corner, but he has a Frank top hat this time, in which he is still emblazoned in the typical font Harvard. He has another Harvard sweater. He has what can one only assume is like a tweed on the elbows jacket. And he lived in Lowell House, genuinely a place at Harvard, and was a member of
Yep.
the Signet Society, which I did
Mhm.
look up. It is genuinely a society at Harvard, specifically for kind of like the arts. Toofer thinks that he's caught Frank out by saying, you know, if you were a part of the Signet Society, you would have a pin right here on your lapel. Frank goes, oh, this pin? It's on his fly.
A plus. A plus.
Now, I did find out something really fun about the Signet Society, which is that they rejected Yo-Yo Ma during his
Yo-Yo
time at
Ma?
Harvard.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was
Well-
looking through just kind of like genuine like members of the society, and on the Wikipedia they called it one of their gravest mistakes was the rejection of cellist Yo-Yo Ma, which yeah, absolutely it was.
Yeah. No shit. Yeah.
But then the other thing that I do love is that on the official list of Signet Society's members Wikipedia page, there is a section for fictional members, which does include James Toofer Spurlock.
That's great.
Yeah.
In a clapback to Toofer's aggressively grammatically correct speaking in the first scene, I also appreciate the way that Frank in this one really enunciates as properly as possible the Signet Society. It's great.
Yeah, it's so good. And there's really only one thing left to do. It's escalation time. And Toofer comes in dressed as Frank, primary colors, sweatpants, and his very own Tucker hat mom expert. Frank predictably does not take this well. His mom is a nice lady. We love you, Mrs. Rossitano. So they are locked in this feud, and there's just no way out of it. And they are gonna look absolutely batshit insane for the rest of this episode.
That they are.
Yeah. But now, finally, let's talk about our girl, shall we?
Let's do it.
Because Jenna won an award.
She did.
I'm so proud of her. As we talked about earlier, Best Actress in a movie based on a musical, based on a movie. She made a movie about Mystic Pizza, the musical.
Thank God.
She's really excited. She's sharing her news with the entire team. She spends about maybe 10 seconds talking, which is 9 seconds too long for Tracy.
Yeah.
He is in a mood. He storms off set. How long are we going to be talking about this award? Where are the French fries I did not ask for? He is not happy.
They need to anticipate him.
They do. They need to anticipate him. My next note, I'm just going to read word for word. The way that Pete and Liz talk to each other this week, Your Honor, they are married.
Well,
Like,
they're
straight up.
ostensibly still living together, yeah.
Like, the way that Liz turns to Pete without even having to say anything, he, like, leans down to her and he's like, I talked to him last week. It's your turn. Like, that is so parent-coded.
Oh, yeah, it's mom and dad, and
Yeah.
Jenna and Tracy are the kids, yeah.
They are mom and dad. They are so married. And I just really like them together. Like, yes, I am also convinced that Pete is in love with Liz, but I just also really, really like their partnership. Like, they,
Yeah.
without ever having to, like, say it out loud, they just have each other's backs.
Yeah.
Except, when Pete does say, this one's on you. I talked to him last week. He wanted to change his name to Wise Greasy Bastard. And I think that's valid. He deserves a break.
Yeah, although, I don't know, TGS with Wise Greasy Bastard really does have a certain ring to it, I think.
TGS with YGB, WGB. I know how to talk.
Ooh, WGBH?
Whoa. Liz goes to talk to Tracy. What's wrong? What's going on? It's the award. Everyone wins awards except Tracy. Even Shaq won a Kids' Choice Award for that animated movie they did where they were aliens who have fucked? Question mark?
That's the question, isn't it?
He's upset. He spent 2 days making that movie for his homie, and what did he get? $1 million, a yellow Bentley, and nothing.
It's really great line delivery.
Yeah, that was when I was still trying to figure out a fuck, marry, kill before I gave up. That was one. But giving you nothing is so easy because, like, that's obviously what you kill. So
It's true.
even his kids, though, for Father's Day, they got him a number 4 best dad mug.
Well, you know what? They're being realistic.
And probably true. I think 4 is even maybe a little generous.
Perhaps.
But Liz sees the situation for what it is, and she knows exactly what she has to do. She is a pro at managing these celebrities at this point. She makes up an award. Tracy is receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Pacific Rim Emmys.
Yeah, of course he is.
And Tracy loves the Pacific Rim. He spent 9 months filming a movie in Japan. Absolutely fell in love with their culture, especially something called sharking, which is a bummer, but we gotta talk about it. It's where you run up on a lady and pull her tube top down while your friend films it. But it's considered a crime here. Thanks a lot, Puritans. So, like, he gets me back in the next line. Oh, he got mad at him, and then he brings me right back because it's so funny. But it works. He doesn't want to disappoint his Japanese public. He's getting back to work. He's got people to make proud and Godzilla. Nah, he's just kidding. He knows Godzilla doesn't care what humans do. I love that implication so much. The idea of, like, Godzilla sitting down to watch TGS.
It is just like, you know what? They're doing their thing. Whatever they want to do doesn't faze me.
Yeah, he's a big lizard. He's got a city to destroy,
He is big lizard.
And Liz needs Pete again. And again, they have this just like he is there to meet her immediately. She needs Pete to make Tracy a Pacific Rim Emmy. Pete immediately has an idea. Props has an old basketball trophy, and they can just solder wings onto it.
Genius.
Yeah, honestly, brilliant. Jenna is not so pleased. She really can't believe the lengths Liz will go to keep Tracy happy. She never does that for Jenna. But Liz says, I don't need to do that for you. You're my rock. You're the sane one. It's so impressive how she's been able to stay so level-headed considering her celebrity.
Her celebrity.
Her celebrity on Broadway.
Might I add, still carrying the trophy around with her.
Oh, yeah, wouldn't you? If I win an award, I'm carrying that around. I want everybody to know. I get it. Do you think Jenna's a fire sign? Do we know when her birthday is?
I think we come to learn.
Can you Google it for me? I don't want to
Yes,
Google
I
it because I don't want to spoil myself, but I just really feel like she's probably a fire sign.
Yes. Well, keep going.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh.
The answer that came up just revealed some other character details that are not related, but just incredibly funny. She was born, oh my God, just days before me, years before me, on February 24th.
She's a
So no, she's a water sign. She's a
Pisces?
Pisces. Welcome to the club, Jenna.
I guess. I'm gonna have to do like astrological things for all the characters. I'll come back to that. That can be our season 2 wrap up. I do like an astrological. This is what they should have been.
Perfect. Okay.
Tracy, also a fire sign, thought he was fully going to Japan. He's ready to get on a plane like right now. His kids are coming too.
Yeah.
And if he can't make it to Japan in time for the awards show that isn't happening, it at least has to be live via satellite, even though that is going to make it 4 a.m. New York time.
It's a big achievement for him.
Yeah, Liz is going to make it happen. Honestly, I get it. So at some point, it just becomes like easier to just go with it than deal with the fallout. Like, I really, really stand with her there. And Tracy wants, his background players, Jenna and Josh, to be there. Again, she's going to be so normal about that.
Mm-hmm.
She's not. She's upset. She should be.
Yeah.
Tracy can do literally whatever he wants, and Liz is going to bend over backwards to help him. Meanwhile, Jenna can't even get the squirrel out of her dressing room. And then, once again, Kenneth sometimes doing what he does best, which is just being in the background insane, is fighting off the squirrel with a clipboard, and I can't tell what he is holding. It looks like he has made a sword out of cardboard. I just don't know. But he's trying to handle the problem.
Right.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Yeah.
But, 4 a.m. rolls around. Jenna and Josh are there. Pete and Liz are ready to set this up. Let's get this going. Tracy, in his speech, thanks literally everyone except Jenna. And I do want to speak specifically to his children's names, Tracy Jr. and George Foreman.
Yep, genius. And very on brand, I think, for him.
So good. George Foreman Jordan is his name. That's awesome. And even at the end, Jenna thinks maybe he'll finally mention me. He talks about this very, very special blonde woman, Shelley Long. And Shelley Long is very special. For those who may not know, she's best known as Diane from Cheers. And she does deserve to be thanked, but so does Jenna.
Correct. Both can exist.
Yeah. Then, to make matters worse, Tracy sharks Jenna. It's not good.
Chekhov's sharking, you could say.
Yeah, I don't feel good about it. Jenna is humiliated in her dressing room. How could Tracy not thank her?
Great reversal.
But so classic Jenna. Like, even from the second episode, back when she got, like, wicked drunk at the yacht, and then there was, like, a tabloid story about her, she's just happy to be in this tabloids. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's all about image for her.
Yeah. And she figures it out. The only way to get respect is to act like Tracy. So that's what she's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
She asks Liz to leave her dressing room so she can lock herself in it. Classic, of course. But what she didn't account for is the squirrel. The squirrel, not afraid of people.
It's not afraid of people.
And now they're in there together.
Okay, well, let's pick up for the back half of the episode, the Liz and Tracy and Jenna storyline. So as Liv mentioned, Jenna decided she's going to start taking pages out of Tracy's playbook. She has in one day, I would mention, told a tour that she wants to get them all pregnant. She is making the Melon Ballers ladies' job hell. She has also hired her own entourage made up of Sasha, Patrice, and Master Alexei, who is giving her a massage, acupuncture. It's hard to tell. Maybe all of that. Sasha dubs Liz Melissa. And which Liz, just because the way Sasha says it, is visibly offended by the accusation that her name is Melissa.
I loved this bit so much. I want Sasha to stick around.
Yeah. And I will say, even though it does look like Jenna is disbanding her entourage at the end of this episode, I do believe we see Sasha again at some point.
Yes.
But Jenna is off to get her eyeballs whitened, and Liz is just completely flummoxed by all of these new developments. And Patrice does say to her, Melissa, your face called. Soccer practice is over, and you need to pick it up. To which Liz says, that's a pretty good burn, Patrice.
It's a pretty excellent burn, frankly.
Yeah. All of them are on top of her, just reading her to filth.
Yeah.
And later on, Kenneth wants to know which office to put Jenna's new writer in, the new writer being Master Alexei. At this point, Liz and now Tracy are both furious. Tracy says, if Jenna can leave midday to get her eyeballs whitened, he is performing that week as his alter ego, Professor Cosmatosis, which I would love to see, if I'm being honest with you.
Good money to see an episode of him as Professor Cosmatosis.
TGS with Professor Cosmatosis.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the final straw for Liz, and it's time for some harsh honesty and tough truths from her to Jenna, who was just about to nap unless Andy Dick called. This is where the gauntlet really comes down, and the truth of everything really comes to the forefront. Liz reveals that she coddles Jenna just as much as she coddles Tracy. Jenna's online fan club is actually just Liz. Every caller from when Jenna did a morning show the other day was Liz. Troubling Indian accent work from Liz there,
yes,
but Jenna's response of, thanks for calling, Sanjay. I really believe in karma. And then Liz's eye roll. It's really
so
excellent.
Good.
And then the cherry on top. The award that Jenna got is actually a cookie. She took a big bite out of it, to which Patrice says, ooh, crunch.
Crunch.
Excellent turn on again, Chekhov's cookie trophy being introduced in the first scene of the episode.
Lots of Chekhov in this episode.
Yeah, they set everything up quite well in this episode. And she reveals she has to do this because Jenna is so insecure. She even gets jealous of babies because of their soft skin and because of how much attention they get.
It's not just the soft skin. It's two things, those fucking babies.
And I appreciate that Patrice and Sasha both nod in agreement with Jenna.
Yeah.
She makes that final point. And, that's all Jenna wanted to hear. I think she just wanted to know that she occupied as much space in Liz's anxieties and subconscious as Tracy did.
And at the end of the day, isn't that what we all want to know?
Exactly. And so that wraps up that whole plot line. But what else is going on is that because Liz has been so preoccupied with Jenna and Tracy, she has no time to deal with Frank and Toofer and their ongoing rivalry escalating. They do try to rope her in to problem solve for them. But again, she says she is way too busy and she's trying to get somewhere real, which is a very funny way of phrasing
so good.
that. And, they work together really to kind of talk about how they're really both stuck. They're trapped in the current state of the rivalry. They can't let it go because the rest of the writers will make fun of them. And they can't keep it up because they both have competing social engagements coming up. And this rivalry of pretending to be one another really just is not a long-lasting solution. So what will they do? Enter James Carville, who has a proper introduction in the Jack plotline, which I'll get to. But the important thing being that here he is. And his advice to them is that they need to redirect the story. As long as the populace of TGS is focused on some other scandal or some other big talking point, they can phase out of their rivalry where they are. And they didn't hear this from him, but Josh is doing something new with his hair.
Can I just say,
Hilarious. Yeah.
first of all, the heated rivalry joke is just like right there, so I have to make it.
Oh, of course. Yes.
But also the fact that the reason they can't keep this up is they have different social engagements that like aren't work. You would just
Yeah.
like go to the thing, dress as yourself, and then come back. Like it's just not a real reason at all.
Yeah, who would tell? That's a very good point.
I love this plotline so much. It's so dumb.
I also just appreciate that James Carville just knows who Josh is. I mean, I guess Josh is on the show. And
Yeah,
maybe James
I
Carville is a
love
massive TGS fan.
so much that there is no reason given for why James Carville is there. Like, does he work
No,
for
there's
EGOT
not.
now? We don't know.
He's in the building. Well, James does then give Frank-Toofer his business card so they can let him know how everything pans out. And before he leaves, he has to give someone who's trying to steal candy out of a vending machine some advice. And this then pinged for me that, oh my God, he's living out a much less heart-wrenching version of Iroh in the Tales of Ba Sing Se, where the entire storyline is him wandering around, helping people out wherever they need it. It's the same structure. He just then does not go on to sing an incredibly devastating song about his
I
departed
can't believe
son.
you would bring up Iroh's tale to me right now.
I'm so sorry. I didn't say the biggest trigger words of the actual song.
Don't you dare. Because I'm genuinely like, actively on the verge of tears just thinking about it. Can we move
I will
on?
quickly pivot because they follow James's advice, and in the writer's room, Toofer and Frank point out Josh's haircut. He is immediately dubbed Dr. Haircut. We learned that his mom did it. And Frank
so bad.
He looks so bad. Frank goes to text James Carville, or as he's listed in Frank's phone, Carve. The amazing.
Yeah, they hang out. They absolutely hang out.
It's really excellent.
Oh, it's so good. I love James Carville in this episode. It's so funny that he's here.
There's simply no reason for him to be here other than I think the Jack plotline. And then they're like, what if we can't figure out how to resolve any of these other plotlines? Let's just have James Carville do it for all of us, Cajun style.
Somebody has to.
Somebody has to.
Deus Ex Carville.
There you go. Yeah.
Deus Ex Cajun style. That's better.
Well, what's happening with Jack and Cece? As Liv covered earlier, they had a bit of a disagreement, and in a Shineheart wig, Cece stormed off. Jack is not happy about this. He blames Liz for putting ideas into Cece's head. No one can understand what he's going through. And this is when James Carville makes his first appearance in the episode as elevator doors open to reveal him standing there. Jack lunges at the opportunity. In his office, Jack and James talk about how James and Mary Matlin make their relationship work despite their political differences, as I outlined at the beginning of the episode. And, James goes on to say that, true love can weather any storm, even desert storm. That's really good shit. But, he really gets to the heart of it. If Jack is worried about his peers' opinions, he should get out ahead of it and break the news on his own terms, which is good enough advice on his own, but he digs deeper. He prods Jack a little bit harder. He says, is Jack actually afraid of what his peers will think? Or is he learning something new about himself and finding that a bit scary? Which, isn't it always?
I love you, James Carville.
He's so insightful.
Yeah.
Cajun style. Later on, Jack's cunning ruse to get Cece back into the building is to demand the immediate return of his John Legend CD.
He's such a doofus.
He's great. And he asks if she trusts him, and she lets it play out a bit longer because she's 43 and he has great hair, which
it's a good reason.
It's a good reason. It's the hair specifically. Her being 43, I feel like should not matter.
No, that doesn't. But he does have good hair.
Yeah, he has very good hair. And oh my goodness, they're in the executive dining room. All of Cece's nemeses are there. She feels like she is being like paraded in front of like, I don't know, a bunch of like hungry lions or
Yeah,
something like that. She
the
does not
line,
feel safe.
"Are you trying to get me killed?"
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Jack gives a little preamble to his speech. He shares with her that he always thought that his peers, and as he puts it, past and future Secret Santas,
It's an important
he
relationship.
yeah, and he thought that their opinions of him were the most important things in the world, but not anymore. He commands attention of the room, and he formally declares his love for Cece, a Democrat and enemy of GE, in front of absolutely everyone. She's
Yeah.
his liberal hippy dippy mama, his groovy chick, his old lady, and despite their ideological differences and political differences, he's proud of her. He's Jack Donaghy, damn it. And this is his woman.
It's kind of beautiful. Like,
It is. It actually is very, very sweet.
yeah.
I think they set up well the stakes for Jack here. And the fact that he perseveres and says, you know what, screw it. Like, this is my woman.
Yeah.
In such a public and potentially disastrous career like locale for him.
Mhm.
It says a lot. And you know what? You know who else has a lot to say?
Oh,
The rest of the
yes.
room. Because Jack's admission results in a cascade of confessions from
Yeah.
everyone else in the room. And I think we just need to hear what is shared.
Well, can we please?
I gave to NPR last year.
My children go to public school.
I'm gay.
I'm black.
Jack, thank you so much. And I just want you to know that in 1984, I voted for Ronald Reagan.
I murdered my wife.
What a great button for this episode. Are you kidding me, dude?
There's no tag. That's just the end of the episode.
It's so good.
I think it's maybe one of the best, like, final, like you said, buttons in the show.
Oh, man.
So good.
That, like, had me cackling.
There's a few things in that clip that are just very funny. First of all, like, the just very, like, somber but camaraderie filled music that Jeff Richman's right of this little like
Mhm.
I don't know, something about that just feels very funny. And then also the outpouring of after the man says that he's black, after the black man says he's black, the audible sounds of recognition and surprise in the room.
So good.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up the episode. So, Liv, what were your thoughts?
I had a great time. This episode was so dumb. I guess I get saying. But sometimes that's exactly what I want my sitcom to be. There's a little bit of like true like meaningful plot with Jack and Cece, and I mean a little bit with like the Tracy and Liz and Jenna plot line. But again, like we're not getting too deep with it. We're just having fun. And that's just exactly what I wanted. This was just a really, really funny episode, and I had a great time watching it.
Yeah, I would completely agree with you there. I mean, the last scene here is just an all-timer. And I feel like we are continuing to see the evolution of Jenna into the character that she is for the rest of the series, where I think she's taking tricks out of Tracy's toolbook, but the level of detachment from reality and sanity, I think, is all her. And so that I feel like continues to stay in her own Jenna way. But yeah, just really, really great episode. I think you covered it. So much of it is so dumb in the best possible way. And I just had a great time with it.
Yeah.
So, Liv, you're wanted on the stage. Every week before we lock up and leave the studio, we close out by sharing some highlights from the episode. So, Liv, tell us about Frank's hats.
Well, we talked about Harvard already, and I'm putting mom expert in there too, because it is a trucker hat of the episode. But
Yeah.
Frank also wears Atlantis lifeguard Kfabe. I don't know what that means. I think I'm missing maybe a reference there.
Yeah. I literally kept reading it as key fob.
Sure.
Just a misspelling of key fob.
Yeah,
But I
and-
don't know.
Well, especially with the next one being commercial, spelled KOMURSHL.
Yes, okay. And apparently K-fob is a professional wrestling practice.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, those were the
There
hats
we
of
go.
this episode.
Revenge of the Nerds. I didn't have anything written down ahead of time. I wonder if you do, Liv, but my first thought is just all of the jokes at Harvard's expense.
I mean, that's a really good one. The only other one I had was just Pacific Rim, the movie.
That's fair. Godzilla. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all there.
Godzilla is one as well, but nothing that really, really stood out. Especially nothing that Liz talked about, because I feel like normally she's kind of our nerd of the
Mhm.
episode. Well, we didn't discuss this beforehand, but there can simply only be one time capsule moment. Yeah, I mean, we had to have the same thought here. James
I
Carville.
think so. Yes, James Carville.
Okay, perfect. Good, just checking. Yeah, just the fact of having him here. I mean, he really was so prevalent in the odds, and just having the idea of a relationship across the aisle just has
Yeah.
to be for our time capsule.
Ugh.
I was just really sharing where we were in 2007.
Well, that second thing is quite sad that this is
Well-
a time capsule, but you're right. Yeah, I mean, my rule of thumb for the time capsule is always when a person, place, or thing appears, and my first thought is, oh yeah, that exists.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Which,
that guy.
all love and respect to James Carville, but he's, at least from my perspective, exited public consciousness.
As
in
he
the way that
should.
he
Good
was
for
in the
him.
odds. Yeah, good for him. Good for him
yeah.
and Mary. Well, we also, every episode, give a moment to Jane Krakowski where she should have earned the Emmy. Lots of great Jenna moments in this episode. I think I would particularly nominate the line delivery of, and how much attention they get when talking about babies, getting more of her being jealous of babies.
I love
what
that
would
one.
you point out?
I mean, again, there's a lot of Jenna just really knocking it out of the park in this episode. But I think just kind of every scene, with her posse when she's acting out and going to get her eyeballs whitened is just so good. Really just kind of everything she does in Act 2. She's just a delight.
The badass bitchery of being handed a drink to take one sip out of it and then giving it back to Sasha to hold for her.
Yeah.
I want that kind of power.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
When will that happen in my life?
Tomorrow, I'll come over.
And can I also say, listeners, I don't know if we've mentioned this to you before, but friends of the pod, Alyssa and Ryan, went to see Jane Krakowski in O'Mary last, I think it was in December or January.
Yes.
And they told her about our podcast, which my coworker also did. Thank you to all of our friends and family telling Jane Krakowski about Lemonade Wednesday. But
hey, Jane.
friend of the pod, Alyssa, specifically told her that we have a corner where we, every episode, point out a moment where Jane should have gotten the Emmy Award. And her response, I have this on video, is her saying, oh, that's so sweet. It's never going to happen. To which I say, over our dead bodies.
Yeah, we will
happen. Make sure, Jane, at some point, you get your Emmy, either in the traditional sense at the Emmy Awards. Perhaps we can steal one for you and give it to you. Perhaps it's an honorary degree that they give celebrities at colleges. I think we can make something happen.
Well,
I think.
And at the end of the day, I have an old basketball trophy that we could, solder on some wings.
Excellent.
Jane, it's
I can
coming
make
to
a cookie
you.
trophy. Jane, don't worry. We will get it taken care of. Liv, what were some of your favorite lines this week?
There were some great ones. I have to shout out, I'm certain this is on your list as well, the We Are Lovers, oh, that word bombs me out unless it's between the words meat and pizza exchange.
Of course.
Melissa, your face is on the phone. Soccer practice is over, and you need to pick it up.
Pretty good bird pictures.
I drag myself out of bed at 4 a.m, go home, get dressed, come in here, and he doesn't even mention my name.
Classic.
But I think the one that got like the biggest laugh out of me is from Jack. This episode, this corporation has a very strict bros before hoes policy.
Yeah.
Really made me laugh.
That's really good.
What about you?
Some of the ones we did call out, yeah, we are lovers. That whole exchange is great.
Yeah.
The $1 million, a yellow Bentley, and nothing is really funny.
Mhm.
Thanks a lot, Puritans.
Yeah.
The I'm so humiliated. How could Tracy not thank me? Reversal is great. But some of the other ones that really made me laugh are two of them coming out of Liz talking to Cece about why she should not be someone that Cece goes to for advice, saying first, this bra is held together with tape, and then later on, you hearing the tape snap and one boob just kind of falls.
So good.
That's really funny. And then also her realizing, God, it was my birthday yesterday.
My poor
She's
girl.
She's having a tough time.
Yeah.
I also love Tracy just shouting, BANTER!
Banter was
as-
very funny.
That's one I'll think about often. But I think my favorite one right out of the gate in the cold open is Cece saying to Liz upon meeting her, "Oh, I like your necklace."
Oh my
and
God,
Liz
yeah.
saying, "Oh, thanks. It's actually a rape whistle, but the whistle part fell off and I just liked how it looked, so I kept it."
She is
I
such a menace.
I think one of my favorite consistent character traits with Liz is her realizing what she's saying halfway through
As she's
saying it
saying
and
it.
thinking to herself, do I want to complete this thought? But then she decides she's in too far deep.
Yep.
And she just keeps going.
We've all been there, girl.
Yeah, that's really great. She commits the bit, at least.
It's excellent.
Any favorite visual gags?
I think I just have to give it to, I mean, the whole like Toofer and Frank costuming in general, but the top hat with trucker hat font that says Harvard, like, really made me laugh.
It's
Because
really good. It's
he
really good.
had to have made that. They don't
Oh yeah, he went
sell
he
that.
put the effort in.
And I think that's really beautiful.
I really got a kick out of the world's number 4 dad.
Oh yeah, that
mug.
one was also so great.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of good ones. I mean, every Cece disguise is very funny.
Very good.
I think the visual reveal that there's simply no one in attendance at this dinner party is also very good.
Yeah. Even just like the very, very long table with 4 places right in the middle was also
Yeah.
so funny.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of excellent camera work in this episode.
Mm-hmm. Who is your MVP?
I didn't decide this going into it, which I think is going to be my practice going forward, is
Yeah.
to kind of let our discussion reveal the person for me. You go first, because I think I'm still debating in my
Okay.
head.
For me, it has to be Jenna. She was just
Yep.
so on one this week. And it just made me laugh so hard, so consistently. I have to give it to her. Anytime a character's on like an epic level crash out, they're gonna be on my short list. And so
Yeah.
it had to be Jenna this week.
I think it's Jenna for me too. Like she
Yeah.
was at the top of my list in my mind, and I was like, maybe are there arguments for other folks? Of course there are, but I think Jenna ran away with it this week.
Yeah. She did.
Liv, this is now the portion where I will give you the episode title for episode 9, and you tell me
Yes.
what you think it's about. Episode 9, let me just preface this with it's an episode I'm very excited to watch
Okay.
and discuss with you. It is called Ludachristmas.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So
Oh dear.
I mean, like it has to be Christmas. It just has
What
to
makes you say
be.
that?
I am thinking that this is 30 Rock's version of the like anti-Christmas holiday in Seinfeld, which like Krampus? No, is that it?
No, Krampus is the German
Damn it.
folklore figure. You're thinking of Festivus.
What is it? Festivus. Okay, yeah, I wasn't even close. to
Festivus for the
Krampus.
rest of us.
Yeah. Okay, I never saw
Mhm.
Seinfeld, so I Krampus was still
I haven't
wrong,
either,
but
but yeah,
whatever.
that one permeates, I think, the public
Yeah, so I feel like
consciousness.
this is like 30 Rock's version of that, of like some. It's the Christmas episode, because also that if this episode aired on December 6th, then we're like on like the 14th or 15th. So now, what does Ludacris has to do with it? God, I hope he shows up, man. I'd be so happy if Ludacris is here. I love Ludacris so much, and that also means that I would get to talk about the Fast and Furious movies, which is my deepest passion. So I'm gonna speak it into existence. I think Ludacris is coming to next week's episode. I hope and pray.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to find out next week.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was like, who starts the closing? I can't remember. Yeah, we'll have to find out next week, because that is all for this episode. So until next time, you can find us on Instagram and YouTube at Lemon It's Wednesday Podcast.
And you can email us about your favorite fake award that you've been given at lemonitswednesdaypodcast@gmail.com.
I'm Jack Dalton.
I'm Liv Olcott. See you next Wednesday.
We got a boogie gang.